Hi there, everyone. Welcome to Lips, but Not Lips 2020. I'm your host, Megan Collier, and we are coming to you live for a very special evening tonight. You see, we know that Lips isn't just a fundraiser for Opportunity School. It's an experience, and it's a tradition that we've had for decades. And we're not about to let COVID interrupt this.
Hi there, everyone. Welcome to
Most things, but not Lips 2020. I'm your host, Megan Collier, and we are coming to you live together. We know that Lips isn't just a fundraiser for Opportunity School. Thank you so much to everyone out there. Tradition that we had for decades to watch this very special show. Again, hi there, everyone. Welcome to Lips, but Not Lips 2020. I'm your host, Megan Collier, and we are coming to you live. Thank you for believing in our mission year after year. Tonight's program is special. We hope that you'll stick around until the end. You'll get to see a very, very special look back at Lips, the fun moments, the great dance numbers, and all of the men in heels. We hope that you'll learn how Lips got started nearly 30 years ago and why it holds a special, special place in our hearts here in our community. We hope that you have a laugh or 20 as we take a look back at the best of Lips. Now, this year has been beyond challenging for a lot of folks out there, businesses and organizations. We know that. But during this time of uncertainty, Opportunity School has continued to support our area's littlest learners by providing them with the strong educational foundation that they need. That's why we need you all to be here tonight in order for us to continue to provide high quality early childhood education and caring support for our families at our two campuses here in Amarillo. Now, we have a goal of raising $160,000 tonight. And we already have a great start, thanks to so many of you. We've already raised about $87,000 for our kiddos. We're gonna have a couple of ways for you to support that goal tonight, through both a silent auction and through a live giving opportunity. Now, our silent auction is world-class this year. We've scaled back the number of items, but we have put together some really fantastic COVID-friendly experiences. Bidding on the silent auction has already started, so we hope that you'll log onto your HandBid app and get program. So we want you to stick around for all of that fun. But before we get to all of that, I am so excited for you to hear a special story. Several years ago, a little guy named Montrell stepped into Opportunity School. Now, little did he know that solid educational foundation that he received would lead him on a path of achievement in the classroom and on the football field. Today, Montrell Meander is a dad, he's a college graduate, and he's a linebacker for the red-hot Cleveland Browns. Everyone, we hope that you are excited to meet number 41, my new buddy, Montrell Meander.
Of course, I started off my education at Opportunity School. I went to San Jacinto for 2 years after that, and then I moved to Atlanta for a short period of time with my mother, and I moved back to Amarillo in the 7th grade, where I went to Sam Houston and attended Apollo Durham.
He was with me in my home, and I think he started Opportunity School around 3 or 4. He and his little sister, so they started Opportunity, and they went to, I think, 2, 3 years, however long they could go. But he loved Opportunity School. He had this one teacher, I can't think of her name. He spoke so highly of her.
I was involved in many things, community things, like cleaning up. I stayed in San Jacinto at the time. My grandmother, we would go help clean up the park and stuff. We would also, she kept me in church, so I was involved in youth groups, a whole lot of other things. As far as school, I did football, basketball, and track. Really didn't get in trouble. I was a class clown. All my teachers, you asked, they loved me. I still keep in contact with them today.
But when he got in high school, he kind of got in trouble with a teacher, and I had to go up there and correct him, and had no more problems. So sometimes he wants to be a class clown, but After that, he was good.
Growing up in our household, education was very important. Especially like I'm a granny's boy, and my mom raised me, but my grandmother, she like she that was my love. So she like made it like a key point that I was gonna get my education, no distractions, because she didn't get it and she felt like she fell short in life. And she, of course, grandparents and parents want better for their children than the life that they had if they didn't have a good life. And so, I would get grounded for uh, bringing seeds home. She was real strict.
Good discipline, spiritual upbringing, lots of love in his family, and lots of support from my church family.
But I was just like a easygoing person. I love to joke around. People that had if they had negative energy on them, it was like I felt like it was my responsibility to like get them to laugh and loosen up. So I've been like that then, and I'm still like that today.
He was eager to learn and willing to learn, and he just he's just really an ordinary kid. I mean, he's extraordinary, and that's one of the things I'm most proud about.
I had a daughter in 2019 in November, and so I felt I had to set things back to become a great father and learn the father thing. She was my first child, but I do plan on going back to get my master's in criminal justice. My daughter is only 10 months, and me and her mother, we made it like we're gonna like Houston is gonna be our home. So we've like looked into private schools and like great areas, and about like we have a couple of years. I know we're a couple of years ahead of ourselves, but it's like I want the best for my daughter. So what I'm saying.
From the time, and especially in the summertime, from the time he get up and get his breakfast and everything and hit the door, he'd run. He'd run. He'd football or track, and he loved to run all the time. He loved football. He started playing football in middle school. Middle school. And then from middle school to high school, college, and then this. Yes, he loved football. He really does. That's just that was one of his goals.
I had a dream and I had a goal, so I was like, I couldn't just let my dream just be stuck in my mindset. Like I had to go out and accomplish it. Like I had challenges thrown in my way, but I grew up in a strong church Christian household, and I believe if you pray, prayer is gonna conquer everything. My grandma always told me, with God on your side, who can be against you? So with the situation that I had to overcome in college, I didn't let it define who I was. I had a plan in life, I had a goal in life, and anytime I set a goal to myself, I tell myself I'm gonna reach it. Now, it may take some time. I never lost hope in the vision. I never lost hope in myself. I always kept my faith in God, and I just, kept my head high, put my chest out. I kept continuing to push forward.
He's never really been a bad kid. He's never really been a bad kid. He's never really been. Sometimes he could get a little hard-headed, and he's gonna kill me, but he could be a crybaby. And I'm gonna tell you, his weakest point is children. Oh my God, he loved kids.
I love football to death. I love it. It's one of my favorite sports. But I feel like what good does it to be, be a role model or be at the position that I'm at if you cannot help your community or like help give back, certain things like that. Like, you have people that's from your hometown that goes through things, or, they're like, oh, he's from here. If you from somewhere, they will want to see you every now and then, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I go home as much as I can. And when I go home, like I reach out, like, hey, I'm at home. I'm in town for a couple of weeks, yada yada. I go talk to the radio station, or go talk to kids, or I even put on Facebook from time to time, yo, I'm working out at this time at this location. Come work out, come be great and stuff like that. I don't believe that no child is a bad child. I love kids to death, and I just feel like, we all know the kids are our future. And so it's like, if we invest in our time in them, then we can get better outcome out of it. My ultimate goal for Amarillo is to have an off the street program for kids. Of course, we're going to talk about uh, excuse me, college, like being in college, like a brotherhood, sisterhood. We'll talk religion with them. We're gonna talk life. Be basically be like life mentors for them. And we're gonna make it fun. It's just a process. Like I said, I'm on God's time. Whenever He give me to say so, to do so, that's when I'm gonna take it. I've gotten my strong beginning at Opportunity School, and I'm greatly appreciative of it.
Such a great story. So excited for all of Montrell's success. Want to welcome in Jill Goodrich, the Executive Director of Opportunity School. Now, Jill, while Montrell is the only Cleveland Browns linebacker that Opportunity School can lay claim to, there are amazing success stories, from every facet of the community, thanks to Opportunity School.
So we have doctors and lawyers and people serving our military, teachers, nurses. And so we're here tonight to ask you, those in our community who have long supported Opportunity School, to support more success stories. We're building those success stories today. If you can please go to the Handbid app and make a contribution tonight. We have several levels. Opportunity School raises about 50% of our annual operating budget through local donations. For a semester, $1,000, $500, $250 this year will buy you a personalized brick at the new Opportunity School campus in Northeast Amarillo. So if you're interested in supporting our capital campaign, here's a great way to do it.
Super excited about the new campus. Can't wait for that.
Any amount is welcome, and any amount is valuable to the children and families that we serve. So whatever you feel compelled to give, we'd love to have you join us. And just in today, we're kind of excited about this.
Yes.
We have two donors, one anonymous and one Sam and Carol Lovelady, who want to issue a challenge. They've both put up $5,000, so a total of $10,000
Awesome.
of challenge gifts. So we hope that you will help meet those, and that you will send in those, make those donations on Handbid, and get those donations coming in.
We are so excited and so grateful for those donations, for sure. Now, while everyone's bidding, we want to make sure that you learn a little bit more about why you should be supporting Opportunity School and the teachers and staff who serve our children and families.
In 1956, I started teaching adult couples class. We were studying journey in, journey out, but the idea is you grow in Christ, you grow in your awareness of needs around you, where there are needs in your community. So we had people bring different needs that they saw that were not being met in the community. And so one of the needs was a preschool for low-income children, that it would help them be prepared to go into public school. We decided to take it to the session of our church, and they gave us $5,000, and one of the members of our little Sunday school group was prepared to be a public first grade teacher. It was Betsy Singleton, and she was wonderful. She did everything.
It was a time of high hope for early education. Head Start had been founded in 1965. This was 1968. There was a lot of research going on about the value of early education, and it seemed like an appropriate way to get started and do some good, and that's how it happened.
I think Opportunity School is one of those places and opportunities where volunteers get to feel really appreciated and loved, and to see love all around them too, to know that the children are really being helped.
This school is standing the test of time because it's continuing to hold on to what's important and what matters. Every time you see and meet an adult who went through the program as a child, you see the value. Just so many success stories. It means to the community that we have people achieving their potential.
Like most of life, it's about the people. It's the Jills and the Betsies and the Sydneys and the inspiring people like Elaine Edwards and I got to know, and I'm having a hard time pulling up the names, but that group that that helped put it together, I'm come stand in awe of them and what sprang out of that Sunday school class.
Here's what you need to know. I have always been a working parent, and so I know how important this decision is for you. My youngest child came to Opportunity School, and I am so grateful to have experienced this program, not only as a community volunteer, a board member, now the executive director, but also as a parent. So I've been in your shoes. And what excites me the most about parents who choose Opportunity School is the quality of the instruction, the relationships that will be built here, and it's just so important to have a place where you can feel 100% confident that your child is getting the support that they need in all the different areas of their learning. And I'm really proud that we are able to do that here at Opportunity School, and it's what we love and it's what we have a passion for. Doing things in a high quality way is what is most important for young children. And so that is part of our culture here at Opportunity School. Opportunity School is one of only 2 nationally accredited programs here in Amarillo. The National Association for the Education of Young Children is the gold standard in our country, and we want to make sure that at all of our campuses that parents are having a quality experience as a family, but also their child in the classroom.
Some of my favorite things about being at Opportunity School is the high quality and the low ratios, the accountability and the continuity of care. I like that the teachers stay with the children from the time they're an infant until they're 3 years old, and that they have the opportunity to stay with us until they're 5.
I love the uniqueness of Opportunity School. I love the way that we come together as a school family and we involve everybody. I mean, from grandparents to aunts to uncles, everything. And my child was also a student at Opportunity School. And I've been doing early childhood for 32 years. I've worked in several different aspects of early childhood, from admin to teaching, back and forth, and now in family service. And the respect and the level of admiration that the teachers and the staff have for their families and their parents, it's amazing.
So when I go into the classroom and watch teachers, one of my favorite things is just how genuine they are. So they're on the floor, they're engaged, they're smiling, they're playing. They truly love being there and love being with their children, whether it's babies or whether it's 4-year-olds. They're having as much fun as the kids are. We have a great teaching team at Opportunity School. Our teachers are truly committed to education, whether it's educating their 12-month-olds or whether it's getting their own education. Our teachers understand the importance of being on the floor, the importance of playing and interacting, and the importance of learning for young children. They're very committed to their children, and they're very committed to their families and really to our program.
The people I work with, they make you feel like like you have a school family, as well as being with the kids and loving on them.
It's a big responsibility to take care of infants and toddlers because you're getting them ready for preschool and school. From birth to 5 is the most important years of a child's life.
I love that we are family oriented, that we're here for each other, not just for families and children, but we truly care about each other's welfare. Whether you need something or you don't. You may just need a hug, or sometimes a parent just needs to sit and talk and vent, or just to make them laugh, just to make somebody's day. And so we all do that for each other.
I think my favorite part of the day is circle time. That's when the kids interact with me and whatever subject that we are talking about that morning. When they get a concept or just a participation with the kids, their faces just light up. And for me, that's really awesome because I get a good rapport with the kids and we really get into it and things that we are doing in the classroom. So that's our time, my time with the kids, to really have fun and just have a great experience for the start of the day.
The first thing that I like about Opportunity School is the people. It's amazing staff. They have shown major love to the to the children as well as to myself. What I do love about it is that the parents that I have encountered with, they love their kids. They're asking about their kids every day. How's it going? I get emails explaining, oh, my child came home and told me this is what they learned. So
I think I just would want them to know that we really do care about them, and their family, that we're there to help them the best way that we can, and whatever we can try to help them find the resources that we really want their children to be successful. We put a lot of emphasis in what we do for their children. We're not just babysitters, we're teachers, and so we want them to learn and for them to have fun. So basically we always say that they learn through play. So even if they are playing in centers, they're still learning life lessons in what they do.
They would see a lot of interaction, a lot of on the floor to their level, a lot of talking and describing different colors and shapes and numbers depending on what we see, a lot of reading books and music.
Opportunity School is a wonderful place for your child's first beginnings. It is a great opportunity for your child. You will feel the love and the welcoming and the ambiance of everything that Opportunity School has to give to you and your child when you walk through our doors the first day. Because from that first day, we're going to take your kid's hand and we're going to take your hand as well as a parent, and we're going to invite you into our world, and hopefully you will invite us into yours.
It's a great opportunity at Opportunity School.
I don't think it would get any better than what we have here at Opportunity School.
I just love hearing from our teachers. And I have to brag, that was Miss Vonda's whole idea, that video. She put it together. She had the idea, and the teachers and the staff just got behind her and they did it together. So I'm just really excited for everyone tonight to hear from our staff, because they're the rock stars.
Another way everybody has been super innovative, in this pandemic, showcasing how great the school is, how great the staff is, even though you can't do, as many in-person visits and things like that.
And it was hard for them because parents didn't get to meet their teachers necessarily this year in the normal way that we used to. And so, they wanted to hear their voices and give everybody a flavor of what it's like to be in our shoes at Opportunity School.
It's such a special place. It's a place that we're all super grateful for. We also want to offer some sincere thanks now to some of our amazing supporters who have made a donation tonight to support our mission. We also want to thank our incredible presenting sponsors, Bank of America, Frank's Repair Plumbing, and Timeless Designs. But we want to give a shout out to some of our donors tonight, right?
Yeah. So, the bidding is going crazy on the Costa Rica house.
Yes.
The barbecue and brews, I can't wait to get offset because I need to get bidding.
She's been checking her phone.
Yes. But tonight, Vicki Wilmarth has supported us and sponsored a child for the live auction. Erin Wyrick, Jackie Wilburn. So please don't forget to make those donations. Help us meet those challenge gifts. You can continue to make those bids throughout the evening. And perhaps, though, you'd like to get in on those auction items that we mentioned.
Yes.
So we're going to kind of walk you through what's out there. Becky Collins, thank you for your donation. But there's lots of opportunities to support the children and families of Opportunity School. So if you haven't downloaded that app, if you're watching on your smart TV, get the app, check out those things you're interested in, and we'll tell you more about them here in just a minute.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, this is the QVC part of it.
Okay.
Jill. All right. Okay. So remember, you can bid throughout the evening. You can even bid until Saturday at noon. So want to check back regularly to make sure that you are winning the package that you want. So our first package tonight is incredible. You can enjoy 6 nights for 6 people in a beautiful 3-bedroom luxury home. And we've gone back and forth, Tamarindo, Costa Rica, whatever it is, it's Costa Rica. It's a private beach access. City Center is a 5-minute walk on the beach from the home. We want to give a big thank you to the Hall family for donating their beachside Casa Hall. There is a rooftop deck and it has a view of the ocean with amazing sunsets. You can enjoy those while enjoying a cocktail with friends. Now, travel is not included, but they will help you with all of the details when you book your trip. So pretty nice. Locals access.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we also have this great package for your child, or maybe you've got a competitive swimmer in your family, or maybe you never learned to swim and you want to. So this is 6 30-minute private swim lessons at the pool of your choosing. Coach Hagan is a longtime competitive triathlete and also does private lessons for competitive swimmers who are trying to improve their form and get better.
Nice.
So if you're a beginner or looking to help someone train you, Coach Hagan can help you.
I love that. So that's up for grabs over at the silent auction as well. Now, our next one is a private 5-stand sporting clay shoot and dinner for 10 people. You get targets, food, and drinks, and all of that stuff is going to be provided. Guests only asked to bring shotguns, shells, and eye and ear protection. The property for this one is located just about 5 miles west of Canyon, so about 20 minutes from Amarillo. Easy access for you and your pals.
So close by, easy to get to.
Outdoors?
Yeah,
Perfect.
It's perfect. So this is another outdoor great one.
We've got
right
some great
here
outdoor
in
things.
our own Paladuro Canyon. The winner receives a 2-night stay in Paladuro at one of their campsites. And this is really a turnkey camping experience. I mean, I'm not much of a camper.
No.
Like I really
No.
like an Airbnb,
Yes.
a nice hotel.
Glamping. That's what that's called.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So if you want to try camping out, try out the RV experience. This is a complete turnkey experience, fully furnished to sleep, cook, and camp. Tables, chairs, firewood for roasting, sticks for your s'mores.
Nice.
You can bring your own menu and enjoy a weekend out in Paladuro Canyon.
Perfect. Okay, this next one is one that is a perennial favorite. You can head back to the table for a fabulous dinner party. You're going to get a private 4-course dinner for up to 8 guests in your home. Our good friend Chef Bud Anderson will help you design a 4-course meal complete with appetizers, salad, entree, and dessert. And it's going to prepare you, and he'll serve it to you right in front of you and your guests right there in your home. It's a great night. I guarantee you a great night of fun and food for everyone. A great way to gather during this safely social distancing COVID situation we're in.
Yes, you can choose your own guests.
There you go. There you go.
You know, it's up to you if you have them tested or not, right? Okay, so this is a great one. It's been on the Lips silent auction for years. It was started by Jose and Nancy Real, but David and Alicia Woodburn took it over. And for more than 20 years, we've been auctioning off the famous Lips lamb dinner. And so you will find that over at Hand Bid. We've also already seen some great bidding going on. That one gets real competitive.
Sure. Yes.
When we have our Lips event. So I'm thinking that that's going to do really well this year.
It's got a pretty good bid right now.
I hope that we don't get blamed for the COVID or the quarantine 15.
Yes.
I hope
we are offering
eat in moderation, everyone.
We are
okay,
offering a lot of eating options. And speaking of which, this one is maybe a nice alternative. This one is called Cooking with Lizzie. You can enjoy a relaxing and delicious event for a private group of 10. The night will include culinary nutrition education, chef demonstrated techniques and skills, and will conclude with a 5-course meal. The meal will be based upon the cooking demonstrations and will include recipes and instructions. The menu and skills will be determined by the host and the chef prior to the event. All the food and beverages and supplies will be provided. Now, the chef, Lizzie, we watched her do a lot of chopping. And I literally afterwards, I said, if you could come to my house and teach me those knife skills, I would be very, very, very appreciative.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, and everything I've ever had that Lizzie's made or seen recipes, like it's really good. I mean,
phenomenal.
yeah.
This is a good one for sure.
So, you know, when you're out in the country and you can really see the stars.
Yes.
Well, this is a really good, fun event, especially if you have kids. Earth and Science instructor Ron Butterfield will have his telescope set up so you can get up close and personal with the night sky from the floor of Paladuro Canyon.
So cool.
Steaks and sides for 6. That's
Say
kind
that
of
3 times
yeah.
fast.
Steaks and sides for 6 with s'mores to finish. Campground for the evening will feature their beautiful camper for the comfort of everyone that's there. So take your family, wonderful hosted Flora the Canyon experience.
That's going to be really cool. All right, next up, we hope that you will bid on a chance to enjoy an evening with hors d'oeuvres and 5 examples of bourbon whiskey to taste and sip. There will be some traditional Kentucky bourbons and some regional whiskeys, including whiskeys from Texas. We will talk about the quintessentially American spirit, how it's made, where it began, and some of the places that similar regional whiskeys are now made. Most of all, we will taste and evaluate, most of all, mind you, we will evaluate and range these whiskeys with the goal of finding a vocabulary to describe the experience and have some favorites among them. Now, the landscape of premium bourbons has changed, with many becoming rare and pricey because of that growing demand. So hopefully we will be able to appreciate some of the reasons that this is taking place. This sounds like a very academic experience, right?
And I think the host will give you a ride home if you overindulge. So you'll
Wonderful.
want to check the fine print on that auction item.
I love that. I love that.
So here's one that's interesting. And for those of you that manage employees and own a business, you might have a lot of questions about what's going on with COVID and all the new laws right now. And so how's it affecting your business? Well, Vicki Wilmarth, with her 30 plus years of experience about job performance, COVID testing, quarantine, sick leave, all of those HR and employment issues, Vicki can really help you make that clear and really come up with strategies for challenges that you're facing right now. So if you're a business owner, that's one of those things that is not as fun as maybe the others, but so necessary and could be super helpful right now.
Absolutely. Vicki's a wealth of information for sure. All right, the next winner of the next package will receive a 2-night stay in the majestic Paladuro Canyon in the Puma Camper. Now, this camper sleeps 2 to 4 people comfortably. This is a complete turnkey camping experience. Again, includes all the utensils you need to eat with, fully furnished, sleep, cook, camp, even sticks for roasting s'mores. That one, again, is going to be fun. Get this one, pick it up in the fall. What a nice way to spend kind of a fall panhandle evening.
That's awesome. Here's another steak dinner. And again, featuring the beautiful Paladuro Canyon for an evening with friends at Suzanne and David Wheeler's. They have a beautiful home that sits right on the edge of the canyon. So it's just gorgeous. And they are wonderful hosts. And again, we have this incredible opportunity right in our backyard. And so these are some great, and you don't have to do anything. Just bid, win it, and show up.
I like it. Talk about a great party. All right, next up, how about a management hunt at Antlers Trophy Whitetails in Oklahoma? Now you're going to spend 3 days, 2 nights there with lodging and home-cooked meals included. All of the hunts are guided with cleaning of the kill included. We provide ice, but the hunter will need to bring his or her own ice chest for that meat. So you get to do and take, right?
That's perfect.
There you go.
Like, I guess, do you take your own gun? I
would guess.
I think you have
Jill.
to take your own gun.
I don't have the answers to those questions.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. So this is one, again, we've got to get off air so I can be bidding. But you and your friends will learn from your host, Ron Butterfield, the secrets of smoking award-winning pork ribs and Texas barbecue brisket that is perfect every time. And if you've had Ron's barbecue, I mean, he wins like these competitions at the fair. It's awesome. The class will even include how you cure your own bacon.
I think that sounds really cool.
Okay. You'll leave with recipes and samples of each meat, Ron's custom rub, and then we've got some local craft beer aficionados, Dorsey Wilmarth and Matt Klein, who will provide you and your guests with a tasty selection of craft beers for every kind of barbecue. So kind of like wine pairing, this is barbecue and brew pairing.
That's so fun. That one was going for a lot at the very beginning. A lot of people interested in that one. So we need to crank up the interest on that one again too. So everything's going so great, getting lots of great bids. So for our final experience, it's one that you do not want to miss for sure. This one is 7 nights set on 12 acres with stunning views of Lake Norfolk in the Ozark Mountains. I want you to picture this: an exclusive 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom vacation rental hideaway, sleeping up to 17 guests, decked out with premium features throughout the cabin and only 5 minutes from the lake marina and 20 minutes from the river for some really, really great fishing. So again, we want you to know that you can always head over to that HandBid app and learn more about all of the fabulous silent auction items that we talked about tonight. We're going to keep that auction open until Saturday at noon. That's very nice of you, Jill.
Yeah. So keep bidding. So you might need to talk with your family. You might want to get a group of friends together to say, yeah, let's go to Costa Rica and get that package. So and check out on the HandBid app. There's some great photos. And I think that Arkansas, Lake Ozark home has like a video with some beautiful, beautiful photos of what that home looks like. So
that's going to be so cool. So remember, Saturday at noon, you have plenty of time, but want you to go ahead and, do that bidding tonight, kind of make those prices go up a little bit higher to benefit the kiddos of Opportunity School. So now for a very special trip down memory lane, do you have a boa for me as well?
I do.
Oh, lucky me. Lucky me. All right. Now we're going to remember the best lips performances from the past. This is very exciting, Jill. Are you pumped?
I'm ready.
I'm
ready.
Right. This, guys, is the best of lips.
Mary Lynn Halley and I went out to see Jerry Lee at the Big Texan to ask for a donation. And he said, hey, I've got an idea. You invite people to come and lip sync to their favorite song. Bring along a few celebrities. Give them a great dinner. Have them pay, of course, and a good time. And that was the beginning.
Opportunity School is really very special. It's been in our community for 24 years. It's been providing little children from low-income families, preschool children, with a head start on school, with a jump on school, so that when they get there, they might have some better attitudes. And can you not hear? I see a hand waving. They turned off the mic on me already. I'm going to talk a little faster then. Anyway, these children have gotten, by the time they get to regular school, they've got the right attitudes, and statistics have shown that this really does work. And the wonderful thing about it is that it's completely supported by you, by me, by our community. And I think that is really, really special. And the thing that makes it really neat is that it gives us an excuse to have a fundraiser. And if we had no excuse to have a fundraiser, we wouldn't be involved in the craziness that you're just about to see. So you have the Opportunity School children to thank for this evening of fun. And they have you to thank for your generous support. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alice Cooper. Welcome to Lips, but Not Lips.
You know what I did for Lips? I was so enthralled with Tina Turner that was my favorite artist, so I chose her. I thought this was going to be a one-time deal, so I left nothing on the floor when I left Lips that year. And then they came back with it for a second year and a third year, and I think I was in about 5 different Lips through the years. And it takes its toll. And I think through the years I not only had the fringe dress, which was so authentic for Tina Turner, that I was able to bring in another stick, which was my boa. And I think I either used this around, I don't know if it got made it on the stage or not, but I sure liked working with it. I enjoyed the boa, and sometimes when my friends come to the house, I bring it out, for a little entertainment.
And maybe the only thing more fun than attending Lips is performing in Lips. And my first appearance was as Dolly Parton. And I borrowed a sequin dress from Tina Aikman, and I wanted to wear that today, but I was afraid I'd get arrested on the way over here. My kids, who were little then, I asked permission from them to shave my mustache, and they would not allow that. So I went on as Dolly Parton without shaving my mustache or my legs.
One of the funniest acts I remember that, Phil Woodall, if I see him today, I'll tell him, you have no talent. But he got up there and he plays the song, How Sexy Is My Body, and he would just walk back and forth. He had on these, the football shorts that we had our coaches wearing when we were growing up. He had on, they were so tight, and he had on a T-shirt that was way too tight, and he would just walk, and he was a pretty good sized guy then, and he was real popular as a judge, and man, they were laughing at him going back and forth. And here I worked on this dance and memorizing the lip sync, and he did nothing but walk back and forth, and he stole the show. So it just goes to show you.
Is there anything that ever went wrong in lips? Well, wrong's such a big word. There were some moments that we had things. There was always challenges in costumes. I remember Toby Cox was doing Carmen Miranda, I think it was, and his balloons kept falling. Patty Lou Dawkins was doing it was always in the Grand Plaza way back when. And they had that big fountain, which that now has been filled in, but they'd run that water. And they'd shut it off when we do. Well, Patty Lou fell into the fountain, stepped off into where the water would collect.
So like the one year when we did Steve Martin and King Tut, I was telling you about Mark Erickson, the saxophone player. When he came out of the sarcophagus, there's a point where there's a saxophone solo, and he was really jamming on the saxophone. Of course, he's dressed like an Egyptian, comes out of that sarcophagus, and then goes around and he puts his foot up on the drummer's cymbals and knocks all the drum set over with his feet. And it just people were just dying laughing. The funniest parts are the unplanned parts.
Chuck, through the years in Melody, a lot of times had some of the shows that acts were that were possibly going to cancel. And Chuck was a little bit nervous, are we going to have enough? And so I always brought these shoes. I was a old-time tap dancer, and I would practice in between our rehearsals, and Chuck would look and go, yeah, man, we got it, if we need you, well, you can lay that out, because, since 4th grade, Lawrence Welk, I saw the guy up there tap dancing, and I told my mom, I want to do that, so, I started taking tap in 4th grade, man.
Shannon was always so helpful with the prop man, getting all the different props on and off the stage. There were some groups we'd say, please, not too many props. It's a lot to handle, and it's just we only have one little dress rehearsal, and then we go. Some groups just couldn't help themselves. There's 30 different things that are coming in and coming off, and it was part of the gag and part of the fun of it. So sometimes Shannon really had his work cut out for him. We'll have the same groups year after year participate in LIPS, and I think the reason why, especially for businesses who always come in and do a sponsorship and then have a group from the business put together an act, and this is something I learned as a young girl in theater. When you do something like that on stage with other people that you might not have known that well before, and you kind of go through that process and that experience together, it's nerve-wracking, it's fun. That group of people that you do that together with, you are forever bonded no matter what. You have like this incredible special memory with them that you did this crazy thing that one time.
My first experience with karaoke in Amarillo, there's about 5 of the bigwig political folks of Amarillo in this thing at that time. I first saw all these people in drag. Well, Hunter and I were in 3 of them. I don't remember what we did for the first one. For the second one, we did something with Willie Nelson and I stood on my head. And for the third one, we did Fun at the Bus Stop. Are you wearing goloshes? And the other guy says, no, it's sunny outside. He says, I'm wearing goloshes.
In 1997, I was in a performance for Lips with Lilia Escajeda. My sister, Priscilla, at that time was Lucero, now Arias, and another young lady that worked at Amarillo National Bank. And so we did a performance of Gloria Estefan. The song we did was called Puertas Abiertos, which means open doors. And it was just a fun Latin song. And, you know, we danced on stage and we just had a really good time. Here now I'm just like mind blown. I'm like, I didn't realize at the time what I was doing, what an incredible organization was being benefited. Now I look back and I feel honored that I got to be a part of that history.
When I first participated in Lips, it was when I was working with the Street Auto Group, and they had done it a couple of years before, and I've seen some of the tapes, and oh man, it looks just like so much fun, and you know, an opportunity to go on stage and make a fool of yourself and be applauded for it, you know, is just something that you can't pass up, you know. First with United Way, we did a Jackson 5 song, and then last year was our biggest and best one, I think. We did a Beatles Come Together, which it was so amazing because the way it portrayed, yes, United Way, like we want to bring people together, and just the song and the way we did it, it was just so, it helped both of us. It helped United Way and it helped Opportunity School. So it was a unique situation that was able to blend together very, very well. So it started with the old school, nice Beatles version. And then we had this other 4 or 5 employees over here with, you know, grunged out rock and roll type of song. It was really fun. And then at the end, we came together and we sung together. It was really cool. If you ever want to hate a song, do it for Lips, because you listen to it so much that you're like, I never want to hear this song again in my life.
We went maybe in like 2015 and saw the Bellas perform. It was another group of friends. They did a skit from Pitch Perfect. And we just saw how much fun that they had afterwards, and it was a really good skit. And so afterwards, we just looked at each other at the table and we were like, I want to do that. So we called up a couple girlfriends and had them join our squad, and that's how we became the Swifties.
And also the tutu. I had the tutu. So, you know, if you've got the tutu, you should definitely have a chance to wear it. So here it is in all of its puffy glory. And, you know, I was just out there shaking it in my tutu. It was a lot of fun.
We act ridiculous, and I always say, it's not Lips unless someone has cross-dressed.
We had a duo act last year that was Sunny and Cher, and there was the costumes were gender reversal, and they were just hamming it up to the fullest. They were elbowing each other, they were walking around each other in circles, and you could just tell that when they got on stage, they were having so much fun, and that character was just played up to the max, and yeah, there was definitely some vying for the attention of the crowd in that act. That live audience brings it out in people.
That's one of my favorite things about Lips, is it's something that you can bring in people who really might not know much about Opportunity School or have heard about it, but they haven't really participated significantly. And they can come in and they can have a really fun evening. They can participate in a silent auction. They can watch the show. And then they really get to watch the spill of why we do what we do. And those videos are always my favorite part of the fundraiser itself, because it's where it all kind of comes together for me.
And if you can give people a good time as well as raise some funds for a good organization, it's a double whammy.
Okay, so our act, we had our costumes, it was 2018, and we had these real fun costumes with a bunch of like teenager adults, and we were just dancing. We did some tumbling because we're gymnasts.
It was fun to rehearse all the things, and we did a really cool song. It was a little different than like most of the songs today. And yes, we did get to tumble, which was really fun too. So.
Well, I mean, it's good that at such a young age we can be involved with the community, and it's cool for us because, I mean, since we're so young, we can still make a difference in people's lives. That felt inspirational.
The director called me and said, your group had to cancel. They can't do it. So my sister and I saying, well, we can't just not have somebody. We are going to step in. So literally the week before that show, the two of us stepped in and we did a song from The Parent Trap. Several years later, we got together with a group of our friends, and that's when we started with the Bellas, and that was all kind of kicked off out of the movie Pitch Perfect, and we got together, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. The year that we did The Parent Trap, our mom was the finale in, they did Dancing Queen, and they were glitter and they just were so dramatic in all their movements. Our final year, which was, it was the Bellas against The Greatest Showman. It was really fun, and my sister mashed up all these songs and put them all together and did all the choreography. So really, she deserves all the credit.
And rehearsal is all in front of one another. So that's kind of nice because when we're all rehearsing and somebody might not have had quite enough practices to be ready, they can see kind of where everyone else is at and know, oh gosh, we got to get together and step up our game.
But one of the most fun things I've ever done was the entrance into the Lips performance and I got to be the Indian because I had a headdress that my father-in-law had received from the Boy Scouts in some honor, and so I got to be the Indian, which was very fortunate because I had no dance steps and I could just stand and hold the microphone and wiggle a little bit, while the other members of the entourage had to do dance steps in their construction and Navy and all the village people regalia. But the entrance at that time, Lips was in the Grand Plaza room at the Civic Center, which was brand new at the time. And without going on the theory it's better to ask forgiveness than permission, we decided that we would that Billy Krause and I would make our entrance into Lips on his, in true Billy Krause form, his red Harley Davidson motorcycle. And without anybody knowing we were coming, including the directors and I think the only people that knew were the village people, we come in the back door of the Grand Plaza room with that motorcycle roaring and ride to the stage. It was so much fun. And then we didn't even have to ask forgiveness. It went off well enough that we didn't crash or run over anybody.
We had such a great time last year. I think moving to the big stage at the Civic Center was a huge deal. It gave it that true performance feeling. It gave people the opportunity to be on a big stage in an auditorium that they've never had before. Maybe it left people wanting just enough more that next year these acts are going to come back with a renewed passion, a major gratitude for being in front of audiences and for having group events and for being able to fundraise in person the way that we've all missed so much in the last few months.
So many wonderful memories. I mean, Megan, have you ever been in a Lips act?
Well, one time I was in an Aladdin, like I shot a confetti gun. That was the extent of my experience.
Okay.
Have you? What have you done?
So we did La Bamba and we dressed as a mariachi band. And of course the men were dressed like women and the women were dressed like men. And I think I had a mustache.
Good.
And a gigantic sombrero.
Okay.
And a local mariachi band actually let us borrow their instruments so we could be legit.
Attention to detail.
on stage. I mean, it was awesome.
Do you have a favorite lips act from all of the years, or is it like picking your favorite child?
Lips just makes me laugh.
Mhm.
Like even before I came to work at Opportunity School, when I was on the board, just the effort that people give to
Yes.
this show for a cause, and it just inspires me.
For sure.
I hope that those of you who saw tonight's videos are inspired to help us next year. Hopefully, we'll be back in
Yes.
person.
Hopefully.
But we want to give a huge shout out again to our sponsors. Stick around for the sponsor reel, but also for some outtakes from those interviews that
I think
we
those
did.
are, I mean, if the video is funny enough, now the outtakes are going to be even better, right?
Yeah. So stay tuned. We hope you've enjoyed the evening tonight, and that you'll keep bidding. The auction ends Saturday at noon.
Yeah, Saturday. Have we mentioned that? It is
Saturday at noon.
Your support and your love means the world to the kids, the families, the staff, the board members of Opportunity School. We're so grateful for your attendance tonight and your support throughout the years. Thank you for all that you do. You all have a wonderful night.
Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
I just thought, wow, this is cool. We get to dance in front of a whole audience. Let's go.
The show must go on.
Kim Talley and they had an act, him and Terry Hargrave, where they did Rawhide. Or no, Mule Train.
Can we start over at the beginning? And too bad TikTok wasn't around before we did our dance, because then I could have learned some tutorial dance moves.
I was always the lead singer, okay? So I had to have the songs memorized perfectly.
Because you remember, in lip sync, you don't have to know the words. Does he love me? I want to know.
Awesome.
Gotcha. Now.
Some.
I think so.
Well, I think at the beginning we were doing like the dance moves.
We did like interpretive dancing.
Yeah.
And then when we started like doing the dance,
and then we were
stopped.
like, yeah, we stopped.
And I would listen to it hundreds of times in the car.
Okay. Is my face red?
I could see it in people's eyes. They'd walk out, they'd either be hanging their heads.
You know you're doing it right if you feel absolutely ridiculous.
And you had to go through the kitchen to get backstage, and one of the kitchen helpers asked for my autograph.
I do Willie Nelson for Turnabout from time to time. I mean, that one I've got down.
And then we came back by popular demand the following year and did Macho Man.
I saw Phil Woodolph, Whitney Houston, Tina Turner, and having my hair braided.
Hi, Megan. You're awesome.
Perry Graham. Elvis was channeled through him.
Patsy Cline, She's Got You.
Tammy Tyrell and
The YMCA.
Marvin Gaye.
It was more fun to see what people would come up with, and sometimes you had to say, no, we can't do that.
They said, what did you just do?
And then to dress as Dolly Parton, who couldn't love a deal like that?
Finally, it's so great.
Chuck always told us, don't drink before the performance because you'll fall off the stage.
Okay. Okay.
I did Bobby Darin.
No more pencils, no more books, no more teachers' dirty looks.
Yeah, it was an experience we will never forget, and we cherish the experience we had with it.